Hello and welcome to Homestead Gains. My name is Kevin, and we've got a slight warm up here in Western New York. So it's time to get out there and do some maintenance, things that got torn apart over the recent storms. So let me show you what we've got. Okay, so this snow fence, as you can see, we're dipping in the middle and then back up to the ends. It looks like the fence has been tearing, and I did do an interim solution, just adding more zip ties, and it kind of worked over here for this section. But down here, let me get a close-up and I'll show you, it's tearing right through the fence. The fence is just ripping completely apart. So we got to do something different with this. I have an idea. I've had several ideas actually, but in this case, I am going to sandwich the fence against the T-post with a thin piece of laminate wood. And that way the zip ties will hold on to the wood and just pinch the fence, and hopefully that will prevent it from breaking. I don't want it to be too wide, but if I can get maybe 2 inches, 2.5 inches, that'll give it enough distance. So let's go see what we've got. I pulled these boards out from the garage. Okay, we want these to be 2 inches. Need that right now. What would I say, 2.5? I'm not really concerned about exact because they're just going to be holding up a fence. But I got 4 pieces, about 2.5-ish inches. And hey, while we're in here, let's go check the trap. Nothing. There is a hole over on the edge where a groundhog was living. Don't know if it's still back there, but I haven't trapped him yet. Okay, first thing I gotta do is get these old zip ties off. I'm going to get the top one on to try to hold it up and work on the rest of it. We had a bad snowstorm, and along with those snowstorms comes a lot of wind, especially right up through this area of our property. And it did its job. So while it was up here, it did its job until it started falling down. You can actually see probably right next to me how it's laying it down right here, right where we want it to land the snow. That way it keeps it out of our walkway, so I don't have to do too much snow blowing on the grass. And one more on this one. Okay, that's this one. I'm gonna move on down to the next one. This particular one fared a little better, but it still tore up a whole bunch of these. I'm wondering if I can get, I'm gonna pull it tighter. I'm gonna have to loosen these up and pull it tight. These are all broken off down here too. Okay, let me bring you a little closer. My hope is that the fence holes are going to latch onto these underneath here as it's sandwiched in and cause it to stay a little tighter. And let's see what we can do about this end. Because as you can see, it's also pulling on this. I think I might be able to slide one right down in between, with the hope being that this will give it more to pinch against. And those already broke through, so I'm gonna have to just replace those zip ties again, putting one into the other to make them a little longer. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. Now that gives it more of something to pull against, where it's not pulling just the single piece of plastic fence, it's pulling against the whole fence. I'm hoping that's going to do the trick. All right, let's go see what else we can work on today. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a peaceful walk around the property. Yeah, that'll be nice. There's the disc in the middle of the garden. I read recently that snow carries more nitrogen than rain as it falls from the sky. It captures that nitrogen and then it lands on our ground. And of course, then with the snow melt, deposits that nitrogen into the ground. Something that you don't often think about, but that's the way the Lord planned it, right? You know, the water in the ground, feeding the ground, bringing it nutrition. Now, yes, it's not a substantial amount, it's not an enormous amount, but it's enough just to keep the grass growing and other plants growing as well, to keep the land fresh. I mean, there's some really nice grass. Surprisingly, in this part of our property, this back section, this was all part of these orchards at one point. These orchards, I mean, this barn right here, this big barn was built in the mid 1800s. It's been around a long time. And they used it, of course, to house the animals, but also to help them with harvesting all the apples. It used to go way back to that skyline area that you can see, those trees way back there. That used to be all this orchard. And of course, these trees are not the original trees. You can tell what they've come to do recently is they make the trees shorter. I'm not sure how, if it's breeding or just trimming or what, but they'll actually come through here and trim these every year to keep them where the apples are within reach. It's pretty amazing. Got some debris, got some branches. These probably all just blew off of our fire pit because it looks like branches I harvested. Can you hear the geese? I can't see them, but I could hear them. You know, it's nice to just walk around out in the quiet. That's one of the things that sold us on this property, because we used to live in the village where the houses were on top of each other. Next door neighbors smoking, and it wafted right through your windows into your bedroom. It was disgusting. We came out here to look at the house and it was just silent. It was quiet. You can hear a little bit of car noise because of the road back here, but it's quiet. It does your soul good to have some quiet in your life. Here's the M. Need to fill up the tire. It's flat, but at least we're keeping it mostly out of the weather. I'm itching to get that thing moving again and test out the new hydraulic couplings I put on it and see if that helps us lift and lower the plow. Yeah, the rest of the work I have to do today is just clean up some trash, clean up junk. So I'm not gonna bother you guys with that. You know what cleanup looks like. But I hope that you have a relaxing day. I hope you have some place to go that's quiet, that has some peace. Maybe spend some time meditating or in prayer. Just enjoy your day off on a Saturday. And I hope to see you next time. Have a great day. Thanks for visiting Homestead Gains.